should probably hit that button. Am I live? I should be, right? I is. Minimize that. Okay. All right. What's happening, everybody? Woo! We made it. We made it. It is Friday, and Bumgarner has just got his 7th strikeout of the game against the Padres, so that's good. We're drinking bourbon tonight. Motherfuckers, what's going on? Cheers, guys. Welcome to the bourbon stream, yeah? I figured after this week, after the craziness of this week, and being that it's a 3-day weekend, Labor Day and all, I was like, you know what? Let's upgrade from the vodka, and let's get some beautiful Wild Turkey Kentucky bourbon. So cheers, guys. Welcome. Oh, so tasty. What's going on? Jose, Hard-Boiled, Eric, Jacob, Edgy. Hey, stop getting me in trouble, Edgy. Jeez, just kidding. Oh, man. Tell you what. John, so is Amanda going to be here? No, she's currently either in Laughlin or headed there. I'm pretty sure she's in Laughlin right now. So she's definitely not going to be here tonight, guys. I apologize. But we shall get some other guests, of course, hopefully. Yes, Edgy, it has been a long week. Well, you know, after everything that's happened, I'm glad that you're going to take a step back from all that. That's good stuff. So, but yeah, it's okay, man. It's all good. It's all good. Where's the grain alcohol? What do you mean the grain alcohol? Got some Wild Turkey tonight. What's up, Clay? How you doing? Will they get rid of Ezra Miller? Yeah, that is up in the air, and I'm hoping they don't, because there has still been no word on what's happening with the Flash, like cast-wise. I really can't see them doing that, especially since Miller is part of another franchise within Warner Brothers. So don't quite really see that. So I don't think it's going to happen. We'll see, though. Yeah, Jack, Pierre, what happened to The Accountant 2? I want to see a sequel to that, because that was a good goddamn movie. Man, when he was banging his shin with that, oh man. I mean, it's just a good character. Oh man. They should do a crossover. Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Bourne versus The Accountant. That'd be pretty crazy. Yeah, hopefully Amanda doesn't run into the comedian. What? Great. Just rewatching Breaking Bad, huh? Yeah, I need to rewatch it before I watch the movie. I don't know if I'll have time though. I mean, I've actually watched Breaking Bad twice. So, and so I mean, it's not like I'm not going to know what's going on when that movie shows up. Cannot wait for El Camino. And I didn't know what to title this. I didn't know what to title this stream, because I didn't see a new movie this week. And I was like, what do I title this? I didn't want to be like too straightforward with all the madness that happened with the week, that I don't really want to. I'm kind of over the madness. I mean, it's whatever. Probably talk about it a little bit, but whatever. Yeah, I think he's still the Flash. I can't see them replacing him. Hey, Dave, those drive aesthetics that Birds of Prey is giving us, it's looking good. Yeah, those, I mean, I guess we're due for a trailer any moment now, because those screenshots that you saw from Birds of Prey, basically it was just like, it was right from the trailer. Screenshots from a trailer that somebody leaked. I posted it on my Instagram, but then apparently Warner Brothers started, of course, which of course they're going to do that. They started getting on people's Twitters and pulling down that shit. And so I was like, I'm just going to take them down, because yeah. How long before they resort to dox? Oh, well, I mean, ask Edgy about that. Apparently they kind of try to dox him. That's why I know what country he lives in and how old he is. It was madness, guys. I mean, you heard everything I talked about with the podcast. Like I said, Edgy, you don't have to donate, but I appreciate it. I mean, I do. Didn't Ezra confirm that? Yeah, he did. He did. You just never know with these studios. You just never know. Yeah, I'm fairly certain that they're not going to replace Miller. Don't worry, guys. I'm fairly certain. It'd be stupid to do that. You know, the only person that's not coming back as their character is Ben Affleck. That's it. Ben Affleck walked away. That's it. That's it. That's all. So, Dave, Odyssey movie with Mel Gibson. Yeah, no, that's going to be something interesting. I read that today, Jose. Looks, I mean, I've always been a Mel Gibson fan. I know he's, you know, he's, well, he's had he has a questionable past, recent past, but I can't help that he's a talented director. And so, hey, what's up, Karan? How you doing, buddy? Welcome. David Leitch is great. Yes, he is. I agree with that, Jacob. I absolutely do. Shit, I was ready to debate keep Holland versus your drop Holland. But then you said Dylan O'Brien, and I can't turn away. Yeah, they're gonna keep Holland. They should keep Holland. Hey, what's up, Star Wars? How you doing? I'm doing good. They'd also be stupid to replace Henry Cavill and Amy Adams. Well, I know how you feel about Amy Adams there, Eric. You fucking sicko. You stalker. No, I'm just kidding. But no, I mean, that's up in the air. Amy Adams is very much up in the air, to break it to you. Cavill is still down to play Superman. And I think they're just, he's waiting and they're waiting. I don't know. But as far as I could tell, Cavill is still going to be Superman. Don't worry about that. I'll stay long because, hey, Star Wars, if you can't stay and you got to get some sleep, no problem, man. You could watch this later. There's no problem with that. You need to put the cut movement on hiatus, mate, Hoskins. Yeah, when it comes to everything that happened this week with those ridiculous, stupid-ass fucking all the bullshit that some of those guys were doing, trying to pin on us, I am taking a step back. That's all. You guys heard me on the podcast. I said that. Taking a step back because, I'm still going to report anything that I just posted a video about Wagner crying, like sad crying, about the theatrical cut of Justice League, Fabian Wagner. I just posted a video about that. I'm going to post stuff still, but I'm not engaging within and associating myself with anybody, and I'm not supporting Project Comic-Con anymore. Because fuck those guys. I'm 15. How old is Millie Brown? I think she's around your age there, bud. Yeah. So, are you a fan of American Horror Story, the new season? Oh, yeah. I haven't watched that trailer yet. I've seen the little TV spots. You know what? I got to catch up on my American Horror Story because I watched like the first 4 seasons and then I stopped for some fucking reason. I don't even know why, because they're so good. So, yes, Jose, the NFL is upon us. I already have one of my fantasy leagues. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Who? Posey? Posey, you son of a bitch. No. Who hit that? Crawford, fucker. Yes. All right. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah, Eric. Yeah, I don't know. It's not, from what I'm hearing, it's not so much a recast. Let's just leave it at that. Same here, Dave. I've withdrawn all support for any involvement. Yeah. With Comic-Con, Project Comic-Con. Yeah. I mean, sadly, guys, I was all about supporting it, but this past like couple of months have just been like what the fuck, man? It's been pretty crazy. But like I said, I've made my peace with it. If you guys listen to the podcast, that was my last little bit of ranting to just get off of it, just to stop, because it's not even worth my time anymore. And like I said, I'm taking a step back when it comes to engaging all that. Karan, how did me and Amanda, Amanda and I become friends? Just associated through my brother, to be honest. He was working at Stater Brothers, which is a Southern California grocery store chain. He worked there, and he used to throw these parties at his house Saturday nights. And then he made friends with her best friend. And then one Tuesday night, it was literally a Tuesday night, we all met at a bar, and I met Amanda for the first time at that bar on a Tuesday. So cheers. Ooh. What's up, Sting? Welcome. What's up, Belinda? Hello. I think you're going to be the only female here tonight. What's up, Judge Dredd? You talking about me? But anyways, guys, yeah, when it comes to all that stuff, yeah, I'm just like, let's just move on. Let's just move on. I'm over it. Wes Ashley, or his real name is Billy Swain, or his last name, his real name is Swain. I'm over it. I after our little debate on the vodka stream, you know, when he came on, I was actively just like, okay, I'm done with this guy. But he kept, of course, making videos. And then when he did that last video where he was trying to associate us with a bunch of shit, you know, and then, you know, it crossed the line. It absolutely, oh, come on, Posey. It absolutely crossed the line. That was it. And then when Swain is actually West Ashley there, Chester. That's his real name. Yeah. And then when certain people decided to back it up and support it, you know, that was it. That was absolutely it. I don't trust certain people, you know, just certain people are fucking two-faced, man. Two-faced. So that's it. That's it. That's why I'm not going to promote it. And it's like, I was willing to help promote Project Comic-Con like crazy and even donate. And I did donate, you know, but like I said, which vodka stream was the one with Ashley? I want to look back. It was one where, yeah, he wasn't actually physical. It was just his voice and his avatar, but he wasn't actually on here. Cause I think he was working out of his car. Think about that one. I think HBO Max. What about HBO Max? Dave, are you more excited for Star Wars or for Joker? That's a difficult one. I think I'm more excited for Star Wars because it's the end of an era. It's the end of the entire saga. I mean, you're talking about 42 years in the making that this saga started. So I think I'm more excited for Star Wars, but I'm so eager to see Joker and how that plays out. And Joaquin Phoenix's performance looks like it's just going to be fucking grand. Grand, I tell you. What did I just see? Hold on. Wait. Oh, delusional. Wait. Did somebody just say? Did I just read that right? Wait. Damn it. The chat on this thing is like worse than the other. Yeah. There you go. They lost me when the SWO banner was released. Yeah, a little fun fact about that SWO banner that Zod Rider is posting. That's not his. Okay. That's not his. He took that from somebody else, and hopefully he gives credit, but I don't even think the person who posted it wants credit because I know the guy, he has his own YouTube channel. It's very small. He posted that just like, cool, Smatter World Order, blah, blah, blah. And Zod Rider actually took that, and now he's trying to make it into something. And yeah, don't trust Zod Rider too. That guy is also a two-face, by the way. That guy has kissed my ass a bunch of times, and then he just turns around and sides with guys like Swain and all those guys. I mean, he always throws shade at the Club 40 or whatever the fuck. And then all of a sudden when we call him out, he goes, no, I didn't mean you. It's like, who the fuck did you mean that? Now that guy, I don't know if he's like that dense or he's just, I don't know what's going on with that guy. I mean, I invited him on this and then I went on his show. Garza and I went on his show because, okay, cool. It's fine. It seems like this will be okay. But now that guy's a two-face. He's also two-faced. And it's like him and Rollins are just like, they'll say shit. They'll back up the ridiculous bullshit. And then they'll creep up in the DMs or whatever and just start kissing her ass and being like, sorry. Oh my God, sorry. And it's like, no, fuck off. You've done this more than once. You have lost my trust for good. I'm never going to trust you again. Oh yeah, there you go, Men in Tights. Okay, so you're damn, I can't remember your name. Barrios, right? There you go, Men in Tights. Yes, that was your banner. And I don't think he's ever given you credit, right? He's never given you credit for that. Isn't Zod Rider the hack who used to hang out every week and claim that Reeves was out. Oh yeah. He didn't. Somebody was fucking with him. I definitely was, because he's such an easy target. People were fucking with him about Ben Affleck and all that stuff like that. And then he kept hitting me up, and I kept telling him, like, dude, you got to vet this shit. You can't just, if somebody's like in your DMs telling you information, you can't just go, guess what I heard, guys. I mean, that's how, I mean, I think I don't know. I just don't know what's going on up here with that guy. I really don't. So yeah, but hey, he blocked me, which was good, because now I blocked him. I've utilized that block button like crazy this week, guys. I really have, because I'm just over it all. I usually don't like to use the block button. I was too prideful to do that, but sometimes you just got to clean up your Twitter feed. It's all the madness. So, like I said, I mean, I'm not going to be promoting all the. If something comes out, Snyder posts an image, anything like that, I will report it, as I do. But anything else, nothing. Not going to do that. Dave, next year, Black Widow, Wonder Woman. Damn it, I lost it already. Jeez, this thing just like jumps. I hate how this thing jumps. I totally lost your fucking whoever. Oh yeah, Wonder Woman will fight for box office. Yeah, I think Wonder Woman will probably win. Are you still good with Film Gob? I hope so. I have no beef against Film Gob. I know he's very much associated with Wes Ashley, Swain, whatever you want to call him. I really don't know how he feels about all this. He kind of stays out of it, which is good. He should. I'm glad that he does. But I have no problems with Film Gob. We still follow each other on Twitter. I have no beef with that guy. He's always welcome to come on the podcast and everything. I kind of wish that he would have called out the BS that Ashley was doing when he made that ridiculous video, and how he keeps on going after me or Garza or whatever the fuck. You know, I wish he would just like tell him that, hey, relax a little bit. Dave, they're lost causes, Dave. Not even worth any. Yeah, they're not. I'm not gonna block Film Gob, guys. Film Gob says Colbert blocked him. Yeah, you guys gotta realize Colbert went on a full on. He just wanted everybody. Anybody that was following Ashley, he was done with. You know, he didn't want to. So, Demolition Man is the prequel to Judge Dredd. I don't know about that. I like Demolition Man. Judge Dredd, not so much. Not so much. So, yeah, definitely not going to do that. No. But it's all good, guys. Like I said, it's all, we just got to move the fuck on, man. Who needs that anymore? Who needs all that? All right, here's, hold on. Okay, there you go. Okay, so yeah, Film Guy was very cool. I love him. Film Guy may be a little crazy, maybe still cool. Yeah, I mean, he goes really hard at the MCU for sure. He really does. But he's a very talented individual with some of his stuff. Like the videos I've seen where he really takes time and effort, puts into it. It's good stuff. At D23, were there any people that were not aware of the Snyder Cut? Yep. We talked to people that had no idea what the fuck we were talking about. And people looked at the sign and went, what the fuck? There were people there that thought we were protesting. There was one lady that was like, this is not a place to protest. They're like, we're not protesting. I know it looks like we are, but we're not protesting. Why aren't you in Venice, Dave? I know, I wish I was. Watching some of them films like Joker and Ad Astra and everything. Fucking A. Take it easy, Jacob. Good night. Thanks for coming. I may not agree with God, but I still have a lot of respect for him. See, there you go. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Dave, can you speak of your experience at D23? Yeah. Like I said, the video, I'm not sure when the video is going to be out. I'm going to work on it most of the day tomorrow. Like, I haven't had time to work on it this week. But tomorrow, I have nothing going on. Sunday, I'm going to be gone all day. But tomorrow, I'm going to be home, and I'm going to be just going through the footage. I mean, it's a lot of footage to go through and blah, blah, blah. So it will be a new one. Okay. But the experience was not as good as we hoped. Not as good. Because we were hoping for a little more, a little more of the Marvel crowd, but there was a lot of just Disney people dressed up in Disney, wearing Disney shirts, and it's like we wanted to mainly talk to Marvel fans. We didn't get that much, but we got a few good ones. And then you guys saw the John Campea video, right? You guys saw that where I posted where one of Campea's coworkers or whatever the hell, that girl, I forgot her. I always forget her name. We were at this pizza place, just getting some lunch, and yeah, she just walked up and was like, "Oh my God, Dave, the new Terminator looks like an abortion." I don't know what Terminator. Did you watch the Genesis trailer? Oh yeah, John Campea saw that video. Oh, he for sure saw that video. He just don't want to comment about it. He 100% saw that video. Come on, he did. Do you have to put any boots to asses down there? No. There were some people that were like, fuck, Snyder Cut. Yeah, whatever. They gave a little, but we didn't really get that much bad. We're good. So they were going to replace John Connor with a Latino girl. No, John Connor's in it. You didn't hear about that news? Edward Furlong is going to be in it. I don't think he's going to be in it that much, but he's in it. I just don't think now with the fact that they stopped Judgment Day from happening in this timeline, John Connor is no longer relevant. So now something's shifting to this girl that's relevant. That's my guess. But John Connor is no longer relevant. So, Dave, are you gonna see Last Blood? I want to see Angel Has Fallen because I like the first two. I'll catch Angel Has Fallen when it comes out on video. But yeah, I also want to see Last Blood. That comes out what, next week? The week after? I mean, I'm seeing It Chapter 2 next week for sure, but I do. Yeah, Edward Furlong is a drug addict. He doesn't look that good, but sadly, that guy fell off. Where do I get to see said video, Dave? Which video are you talking about? You talking about the D23 video? It's not up yet. I still have to put it together. I just haven't had time this week. So, Red Sox versus Angels game tomorrow. Oh man, Midside is gonna love that. I think he's going to one of those games. Oh, the Campea one. Go to my Twitter or my Instagram. I posted on both of those. Go to my Twitter. I posted it last Saturday, so you might have to search for it. But yeah, it's on my Twitter and it's probably easier to go to Junkee Film on Instagram. It's probably easier to find it there. Just saying, because I don't know, Twitter is kind of hard when you search. So I think Dark Fate will be good, at least better. Yeah, okay. The thing about the Terminator franchise, I mean, Terminator 2 is so fucking good that you just can't match it. Nobody can match that shit. Nobody. Okay, and they've tried 3 times. With Rise of the Machines, which I think the best part about Rise of the Machines was seeing Kristanna Loken, whatever the hell her name is, seeing her butt. Maybe that was the best part of the movie. She has a nice butt. And then you got Salvation, which felt like it was better than Rise of the Machines. Salvation is definitely better than Rise of the Machines. And Christian Bale is awesome. But it's McG, and it just sometimes just felt like this weird apocalyptic Transformers movie. I don't know. And then Genesis was the worst one out of the whole fucking sequels. The fucking worst one. I can't stand that movie. The only thing good about Genesis was J.K. Simmons, because J.K. Simmons is J.K. fucking Simmons. Where the bourbon at? Cheers. What's up, Film Trigger? Bourbon's right here. Cheers, bud. Ooh, come on, Dave. Nick Stahl wasn't the best part of the T3. Yeah. Who the fuck is casting for these characters? Nick Stahl? No resemblance at all to Edward Furlong. Just like Jai Courtney had no resemblance to Michael Biehn at all. Emilia Clarke, not really at all either. Maybe somewhat, probably the closest, but still. It's like, what the fuck were they thinking? Yeah, Stallone fan. Yeah, I'd rather watch RoboCop 3 myself. Salvation needed Arnold over Worthington, but he was governor at the time. Yeah, Worthington did good though. I thought Worthington was good. Bale and Worthington gave some pretty solid damn performances in Salvation. They really did. Cheers, comic book bros. I have no idea what happened to Nick Stahl. I have no idea. That guy like disappeared. Oh, you saw the video? Yeah, it was perfect. It was the best way to end the day. So people are playing up Snyder's comment. Really, if he isn't aware of what's going on. Oh, you're talking about the screenshot there, Eric? Yeah. What's up, Hidden Shadows? Yeah, the screenshot where he agreed with the video. See, the thing about that screenshot, and see, I recorded my podcast before I saw the screenshot because I recorded the podcast on Wednesday night. Screenshot came out Thursday. My whole thing about the screenshot where he was agreeing with, I don't even remember the guy's name, his video that he posted on Vero, talking about the Snyder Cut movement. At first, I thought it was Swain's video. Like, I had just gotten to my desk at work, and somebody sent me the screenshot, and I thought it was Swain's video, and he was agreeing to Swain's video, and it was like a cool gut punch. What's up, Shadow Vessel? Okay, that's fine. Hey, I appreciate it, Shadow Vessel. Thanks for supporting, man. You don't have to stay. It's fine. But yeah, that screenshot, it's it was like, what the hell? But, he's agreeing with, yeah, let's create a positive vibe. And I'm like, yeah, that's fine. That's why I'm like, all right, I'm stepping back from engaging with these idiots on Twitter. That's why I've started using the block button and just walking away. Not going to engage with these fucking people anymore. Not going to do that anymore. So that's my way of doing it. Of course, those guys are going to use that as a shield or to hide behind or whatever. God has spoken. Moses has walked back down from the top of the mountain with the 10 Commandments. And that's their little, that's a little scribe that they have. And that's fine. It's whatever. If they, you want to use that against us, try. Go ahead. Go for it. Because like a couple hours later, he liked a post that Garza put on Vero. So I'm just saying, if you want to put some validation in the fact that he agreed with that guy's video where he did mention our names, I mean, Snyder ended up liking a post from Garza like a couple hours later. So I'll just take it at that. Can you do a comic book podcast? I need to start reading more comic books. I kind of stopped again. When Rebirth came out, I really got into Rebirth. And then I kind of fucking fell off again. Do you ever watch soccer, Dave? No, I'm not into soccer. Sorry. I can vouch for you, and you've been nothing but supportive. If any of that is true, I'd be first to bash you. But yeah, well, thank you there. One step further. Yeah, I know. When people are trying to pin like shitty memes and jokes on us, it's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. Yeah, he did, Eric. He liked the post from Garza. Like after all that, he's not aware. He's not. The guy is filming a fucking movie in New Mexico, in Vegas, where the fuck. So yeah, so maybe when he has some downtime, he's going through and he watched the video, and I'm sure he agrees with the video about everything. And I know Snyder's been burned by bloggers and stuff in the past, so of course. So of course. And Eric, yeah, I'll have you on. Not tonight. Not tonight. We'll do it another day. Don't worry. We'll do something in the future. Hey, look, Aaron Levine is here. It's okay. You can join, Aaron. Yeah. Just not tonight. We'll see if some of the other boys might show up, and they, I wanted to talk to them, but we'll do something. Block him? He's harmless, guys. He's absolutely harmless. I need to get into comics as well. Yeah, I just haven't gotten into much of the newer stuff. I mean, when Rebirth started, I was like, oh man, I'm going to dive into this shit just because I was very curious to see what happens. Yeah. Oh, keep going, Giants. Keep going. John Campea was talking trash about you. Was he really? No, he wasn't. Was he? I didn't hear anything about that. Eric hopes you're... Hope you're doing Amy Adams. He likes to watch. That's weird. Man from Uncle 2 should happen. Yeah, I enjoyed the first Man from Uncle. Cavill and Hammer. Hey, that's who you are, huh? Well, hello. Hello, just one step too far. I kind of had a feeling that was you. Dave versus John, Dawn of Justice. Hey, Michele, what's going on? Aloha, motherfucker. Cheers, bud. Cheers. Oh, Adam Levine. I said Adam Levine, Aaron Levine. Donna Pooh. That'd be an interesting parody. DCO Phil. Yeah. So, Dave, who would you cast as She-Hulk? How about what's her name from Deadpool? Who played? God damn, I'm drawing a blank. You know, she put the match in her mouth. The bad girl. Maybe her. Nah, she's really not. She's not the best of actresses. There you go, guys. Go, Yazzie. 4-1. Giants. I'm sorry. Yeah, Gina Carano. Yeah, not bad. I mean, she has the aesthetic, but I just don't know. Zazie Beetz? I don't know. No, she shouldn't. I don't know who should. I don't know. Get one of the WWE girls. No, they don't. I guess they don't really need. I don't know. Who knows what the fuck? She's too good looking for Disney. I like Rosario Dawson. That's interesting. But she's already played. Well, I guess that doesn't count. When it comes to the Marvel Knights. Allison Brie as She-Hulk? Yeah. Keep in mind, She-Hulk is mild-mannered. Jennifer Walters. Yeah. It's not like, you know. Emily Blunt? Beth Phoenix. I don't even know who that is. Football is back next week. Finally, go Dallas Cowboys. Oh, we got a Dallas Cowboys fan in here. Is She-Hulk cool? I have no clue. I've never really gotten into She-Hulk. Brie Larson is She-Hulk. Yeah, she could probably pull it off with a little or ScarJo. Why not? Betty White? Yes. Perfect. Grandma Hulk. What's going on here? Why is the manager of the Padres pissed? Something happened. I missed it. David Goyer approves. Harambe. Twisted. So in Hulk mode, Jennifer has to be a smaller gal. Yeah, you're right. I just wonder how they're gonna play that. How they're gonna play that whole thing. Is there gonna be some CGI involved? I guess there's gonna have to be, right? I don't think they're gonna do what they did with the old Hulk series and just have a smaller actor and then a bigger actor. So if anyone says crazy stuff and you want to show people edit it, even if it's news, what? Zack Snyder has graced us with his presence. What is he here? What? God, if only. If only that was really Zack Snyder. That would be sweet. Yes! 5-1 Giants. Bam. God damn. If Zack Snyder was in the actual live chat, it was actually him, I'd be like, dude, if you have a camera, what the fuck? Look at that. Amanda is here. She made it. I can't hear her, but I want to say hi. I'm in a car, loud music. See, I told you she's headed to the river. Yeah. She's headed to Laughlin. She didn't invite me either. I mean, how fucked up is that? It's like her, her birthday weekend. It's her birthday weekend and she didn't invite me. See how that is? See? Look at that. She decided to join, man. Look at that. That's that's how much she loves you guys. She's going to Laughlin or Lake Havasu, the river, whatever the fuck. Well, it's both the same. They both surround the river, the Colorado River. So, wasn't something with the Black Suit Edition coming out today? Hey, give Mr. Dawson a rest. He's got the flu right now. Apparently, he's sick. He's been working hard on it. Yes! 6-1. Sorry. Mr. Chris Dawson is, yeah. Well, I listened enough to hear that, David. I wasn't in charge of invites. Lies! See, she keeps on saying that. This wasn't my idea. This wasn't my... And she just was like, no, sorry. Amanda has the look. Yeah, it's okay. It's whatever. I'm hurt. Brie Larson beat up Dawson? Yeah, that's what happened. Big time. He said he's releasing a scene. Oh, yeah, I think he's going to release the scene tomorrow. I think that's what's happening. So, Chris Dawson is a superhero of the movement in a low budget. Yeah, he's doing the Lord's work. It's pretty crazy what he's doing. It's not just like rearranging scenes. She says she adores me, but does she really? Huh? Does she really? I mean, come on. Bases loaded, Pilar's up. Come on! Give him Bumgarner that win. Official rename the account Batman vs. Punisher. That'd be a fucking sweet ass short film. How about the Chappelle? Oh, yeah. Jester, the Dave Chappelle. After I'm done with this, I'm putting that on. Grand Slam! No? Okay. Sacrifice Fly. That's good enough. No, after I'm done with here, Jester, after I'm done with this, I'm going to put on that Dave Chappelle special. I heard it's fucking magical, and I love Dave Chappelle. That man is he's just fucking, I think he's the second coming of Jesus. He's going to save us all. My God. Because he's pissing off both sides of the spectrum. I love it. He's pissing off the right and the left, and I love it because, I don't consider myself right or left. I mean, the left is like really ridiculous right now. He's pissing off them more, which is always good. They're easy to piss off. Watch Cobra Kai. Yes, you can watch the first season of Cobra Kai for free. It's really good. Please watch it. And the second season is probably better. Jesus Christ. Can't wait for season 3. Stop, Dave. It's Dodgers all the way. We'll see. Jose, your Dodgers aren't exactly that. They can get to the World Series, but they can't win a World Series. Dave Chappelle was so ahead of his time with his classic. Way ahead of his time. Just like George Carlin, right, Eric? Those guys, Dave Chappelle is just one of those guys. It was just ahead of his time. And then with all the bullshit that happened when he left, and then he just comes back. And that guy can literally just walk anywhere and just go, hey, I want to go on stage. Doesn't matter where he's at. He just goes on stage. See, there you go. Cobra Kai Season 2 is going to be free on the 11th. So go watch it, guys. What's my football team? I don't really have one. My football team is my fantasy football team. I never really locked onto a football team. I never really did. I don't know why. I mean, I was kind of like, since I'm a San Francisco Giants fan, I was like, okay, maybe I should be a 49ers fan. And I was like, I don't know. I just like watching football. And when I got into fantasy football, it's always just fun to like root for your guys. George Carlin and Dave Chappelle are my favorite. Yeah. That's they're top notch. They're at the top. George Carlin's my all-time favorite comedian. I love that guy. If you go back and see some of the bits and hear some of the bits that he said, that George Carlin said, he was so ahead of his time. He was 20, 25, 30 years ahead of his time. Because all the fucking PC bullshit that's like really hitting hard right now, he was talking about it 20 years ago, 25 years ago. He was talking about it. That's how ahead of his time he was, man. Yeah, I think Amanda disappeared. It's okay. She's driving. She's driving to have a fun weekend without me. It's whatever, you know. What can I say? I always gotta remember that when I change up alcohols and I pour the same amount, I'm probably gonna get a little more trashed because, whoo, man, look at how much is left, and I'm feeling a pretty decent buzz here, guys. Damn it! All right, it's still 6-1. It's all good. Anyways, Giants suck. Go Red Sox. Hey, fuck you. Hey, the Red Sox are good. I'll give it that. It's fine. Poor Amanda. She saw Dave's D. She saw my D. What, the D in my name? What are you talking about? Oh, you're talking about the other D. Maybe more than once. What? But yeah, I like that Terminator Dark Fate poster, by the way. Any thoughts on Motherless Brooklyn or Jojo Rabbit? I haven't watched the Motherless Brooklyn yet. That trailer. I need to watch that. I've been hearing good things, but I remember seeing it on my feed and then I got distracted by work. So I'll have to watch that. But Jojo Rabbit, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about Jojo Rabbit because I like the satire. It's interesting, but it didn't really make me laugh. It seemed like it was too satire-y and Taika Waititi, it's like he goes too far. You know? I don't know. It just seems like, look at Thor Ragnarok. It's just too much. It just goes too much. I don't know. I don't know. I'll probably still watch it. I'm going to watch both. I'm Hispanic, so I used to really be into George Lopez until he went all radical left. Yeah, I'm with you on that, Jester. I love George Lopez, but then now he's just like, yeah, he goes way far. And it's sad too because I don't think he really is like that. I thought he was always just like, he called out a lot of the Mexican stuff big time, and now he's like, fuck this and fuck that, and with Trump and blah blah blah, Trump this, Trump that. He never really was that political, and now all of a sudden he is, because it's just the niche right now. It's the niche. Well, Jojo Rabbit is a hipster shit anyway, so Taika Waititi, yeah, something like that. I don't even know. I have to say his name wrong. Hey Dave, are you on to work with me? Yes, Zack Snyder. I would love to work with you. Cast me in your movie. I'll play a fucking zombie in your goddamn movie, please. Carlos Mencia was a fraud, and they gave him a show. Yeah, I know, right, Maurice? And I love that Joe Rogan called him out on stage, because I love Joe Rogan. What We Do in the Shadows, a movie by Taka, is great. Okay. No, I'm not saying he's not a talented guy. Visually, Thor Ragnarok is good. It's just all the jokes just get old. Do you see the Africans that invaded into Mexico? What? Did you see? What are you talking about? I didn't hear about that. That's weird. I hope Gunn gives his Suicide Squad movie a real title. Yeah, me too. Apparently he's got news coming soon. He tweeted out today that he's got some news he's going to be dropping soon, which is probably going to be full cast and probably the title. That's what I'm hoping. So we'll see what happens with that, Clay. I'm curious. I am very curious about his movie. I know a lot of people hate him in the DC. The DCU fandom hates that guy. I was never on that side of that. I was just like, okay, yeah, he's got a weird sense of humor, but those tweets were fucking years ago, so whatever. We'll see what happens. I saw Brightburn finally, and I know he didn't direct it, but I know he helped with it, and I enjoyed the shit out of Brightburn. I thought it was well done. It could have been a little bit more to it, but Joe Rogan is Kingpin. Joe Rogan's a short guy like me, man. I don't know if he'll do that. He's got the bald head, but he's a short guy like I am. What do you guys think a good post-credit scene for Suicide Squad would be? I don't know, something with Joker, Harley, Batman. I don't know. Oh, what are you doing, Yaz? Shit. Oh, you just gave him a triple. Fuck. Damn it, Yaz. That's all right. That was a hard one. Hey, what's up, Teth? Teth Adam, how you doing? Amy Adams, Ezra. Wow, I just lost her. And Jesse Eisenberg is the worst casting of my movie. Oh my God. Shut up. DC stands that hate on James Gunn are another annoying bunch. Yeah. I'm not a part of that. I'm not part of the whole James Gunn thing. I didn't think that they should have fired him, Disney, even though that was a whole weird thing. I don't even think they really fired him. No, they did, but as soon as he got the job with Warner Brothers DC, then Disney was like, okay. But I was never behind all that. Okay, I'm going to get back to my car ride. I'll talk to you guys next week. And David, I absolutely do adore you. We can do something else for my birthday. Yeah, okay, whatever. Sure. Whatever you say, Amanda. Have fun. Now, happy birthday, Amanda. Have fun in Laughlin. Drink a lot. Enjoy yourself. Appreciate you coming into the chat and saying hi to the kiddies. Giving everybody all riled up. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not going to have anybody that's going to join this thing. I sent the link, so I don't know. I'm not sure if anybody's going to join. Yeah. I mean, we're only 47 minutes into this thing, so I just rewatched Snake Eyes, De Palma. Crazy to imagine Will Smith as done. Yeah, I couldn't imagine that, Teth. I couldn't imagine Will Smith playing that role. What's his name played it? Can't even remember his name right now. Unlike Taka, whatever that was name. Gunn understands the value of dramatic moments not being ruined by badly timed jokes. Both Guardians feel had a lot of heart. Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of times, especially in Guardians 2, where, stuff got ruined by a joke. There was a couple of times. But what I actually was, like, shocked by and went, whoa, was the fact that there was a sacrifice. What's his nuts sacrifice for Peter? He sacrificed, and he was just like, yeah, you were my son. And that was a touching moment, especially with the whole father-son aspect of the plot of Guardians 2. So I thought that was really well done. I was like, good job. Good job. It sucks. I wish Will Smith was in James Gunn. It's going to be weird not having a dead shot. That's going to be fucking strange. Oh, look at that, Osmani. You're gonna have a Modelo. Go for it, man. I like Modelo. It's good. Unlike Takai. Yeah, I got what you're saying, Eric. Don't worry. He may be your father, but he ain't your daddy. That's right. Which sounds really strange if you really think about it. But I get what. Yeah, it was a nice moment where he sacrificed himself, and I'm like, wow, you don't see that much. You don't hear or see about that much. Yeah. Got to get back to editing. We'll get back to it, Film Trigger, okay? Get to it, man. I like it when a guy's working on a Friday night. Good job. You got to put in the effort. So cheers, bud. Cheers, Film Trigger. Get to it. Get to it. That's what you got to do, man. Shut up, Stallone fan, fucker. Like the great Arnold Schwarzenegger says, I'll be back. Yeah, but Sarah Connor says it this time, apparently. It was just cheesy, but why not? Why not? And mind you, am I the only one alone? Am I alone here? But does Linda Hamilton still look hot? She still looks badass, but anybody else find her still attractive? I'm not gonna lie. I think she's still hot. Part of the wonders of there's a chance the general from Guns SSA would be Joe's Deathstroke. I hope so. I hope they still utilize Magniello's Deathstroke. I really hope they do. Please. He's so perfect as Deathstroke. He just looks good. Oh, we got a Cubs fan in here. Oh, you're on your own there. With what? Brie Larson is a MILF? She has a kid? She has a kid? Uh-oh. Hold on, guys. No hiccups. Okay. I hate when that happens. What do you think of the Tom Holland cut cameo thing? Oh, yeah. I was going to comment about that. I was going to make a video about that, but I have no idea. Like, I mean, it's just basically a rumor. Okay, my friend just texted me and said Brie Larson doesn't have a kid. Brie has your kid. Is that what you're saying? She had a kid in the room. It's room, not the room. The room is, oh, hi, Mark. Yeah. Room is heartbreaking. Room is one of those movies that's really, really good, and Larson really showed her chops. It's one of those movies that I would probably never watch again because it's just, you have those movies that you just see and you're just like, Jesus Christ, this movie was just, it made your heart heavy. It was, so you just don't want to watch it again. And I would not watch Room again, but it's a really good movie, and she gave a stellar performance, and she deserved the Oscar. And after that, she really hasn't been good at all. I mean, that's usually what happens. You win an Oscar, and then all of a sudden you just, I don't know. Her performances have not been that great since. Holland was part of the Into the Spider-Verse as well. I heard that there was a rumor. See, that's what they got to do, guys. When it comes to Tom Holland as Spider-Man, since he's not going to be in the MCU anymore, there's going to be no ties to the events that happen in the universe. No Tony Stark, no anything. They can completely capitalize on the Into the They can completely capitalize into the Spideyverse, okay? Where they don't have to recast them, and they shouldn't. I like Tom Holland Spider-Man. It needs better writing, for sure. It absolutely does. Oh! You fuck ups. Sorry, Padres just made an error. No, they don't. They shouldn't. They should not recast Holland, but just tap into the Spideyverse. And I really hope that when they do Spideyverse 2, that they can bring in Garfield. They can bring in Tobey Maguire. Bring in, I don't know, somehow. I know that they were talking about that at the first. The cliffhanger with J. Jonah Jameson, yes, you could still have that aspect of it, Eric, because that mid-credit scene made the movie for me, really, because I was iffy about the movie. If you saw my spoiler review, if you saw my regular review, I almost was like, no, I was going to put it on the favorite wall of 2019, but, the second half of Spidey was, with the Mysterio stuff, I thought was great. Like when he was fucking with his head, I thought that was good stuff. But that mid-credit scene, come on, you can't tell me that didn't scream a little bit of Raimi Spider-Man within the big huge city. He's got MJ, he's holding on her, and then you got J. Jonah Jameson. I mean, my God, it was good stuff. Dave, stop cucking. I know, Hoskins. You always give me shit about that. No, I like Holland Spider-Man. I don't give a fuck what you say. Go jerk off to something on Pornhub. Go jerk off to a Spider-Man porn on Pornhub. Fucker. Rest in peace, Chris Evans. Knives Out is going to kill his career. Why would you say that? Knives Out looks good. Dave, did you mean you heard Henry Cavill's Supes will appear in other films? Oh, no. No, I just heard that he still wants to be Superman. That's all. He still wants to be Superman, and they're all just waiting. I'm just saying that if they finally do announce Man of Steel 3, not 2, come on, guys. BVS is Man of Steel 2. That he's still down, but I don't know. I just don't know. It's just, if it happens, let's just say it's not going to be in the vein of the first Man of Steel. That's for sure. Who am I? Who am I? Is such a troll. Who am I? You talk about the Jackie Chan movie? Who am I? You ever seen that movie? You should watch that movie. That is like an underrated Jackie Chan movie. Who am I? He did some fucking crazy stunts, and some of the fight choreography in that movie is insane. Dave, if BVS is Man of Steel 2, is Avengers 2, Iron Man 2? Wait, what? No. Hold on. Well, yeah, I guess you could say that. You could almost say that the first Avengers is Iron Man 3. Yeah, because it's very much an Iron Man movie. No, I'm just saying. I mean, you've heard it from Snyder himself when he said in interviews, when they were talking about doing a sequel to Man of Steel, and they're like, who's going to be the villain? 7-2 Giants. When they're like, who's going to be the villain? He was like, what about Batman? He threw the idea for the Man of Steel sequel to have Batman as the villain. That's all you got to say about that. Jackie Chan had amnesia in Who Am I? Yes, he did. He didn't know who the fuck he was, but he still was a badass. I mean, the final act in that movie is insane. And what's funny is both Jackie Chan and Tom Cruise have been on that building. Tom Cruise slid down that part of the building in Mission Impossible 3, and Jackie Chan voluntarily jumped down and slid down that part of that building, whatever the fuck, in Who Am I? Jesus. God damn it. Can we get a fucking Jackie Chan, Tom Cruise movie before they get too old? Please. Tom Cruise should be in a Tarantino movie. Well, he was almost cast in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood as Brad Pitt's character. Thankfully, he wasn't, because Brad Pitt was probably the perfect choice. The Bourne Identity ripped off Who Am I? A little bit. But which one came out first? Okay, Stallone fan. I'm too old. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that, Stallone fan. Jesus Christ. I told you guys, I'm 35. Haven't I said that before? That was the fourth Mission Impossible film, Junkee. No, it wasn't. Really, Hoskins? No, I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about the third Mission Impossible with J.J. Abrams, when he had to run the opposite way and then he got launched this way, detached, and then landed. Remember, he landed on the building and then slid down and was shooting guys with darts? In Who Am I? It's the same building, 8-2 Giants. In Who Am I? The same building, Jackie Chan slides down that same exact part of the building. Yeah, you try to get me, Hoskins, but no. No. Mission Impossible 4, Protocol, Ghost Protocol, that was in Dubai. I'm not talking about that one. I'm talking about, I think it's in Tokyo or whatever the hell. Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is white Will Smith. No, I don't think so. Dave, did you hear about the gay character in upcoming Eternals movies? No, I didn't hear about that. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. Got to be all inclusive. Also, Valkyrie is bisexual. Yeah, of course. It's it's whatever. That's what they're gonna do. What's up, Mr. McGee? Miss McGee? Stallone, why do you keep going? We're not Beavis and Butthead here, are we? Dave, Ray gonna be a clone? Yes, she is. Come on, guys. Ray is definitely a clone. Come on. You think that's really Ray? Yeah, Valkyrie isn't her name, right? That was actually her name. Well, they call her Valkyrie because she's the last remaining of the Valkyrie. So that's why they call her Valkyrie, right? Because she's the remaining one of the Valkyrie. Externals. I thought it was the Eternals. Our biggest hope for Man of Steel 2 or 3, whatever, with Henry. Yeah. I'm just saying. I want to see Ewan McGregor's Black Mask take on Leto's Joker. Yeah, they seem to be in like a similar kind of atmosphere, right? Pretty sweet to see that. I really hope that happens. Clone of Luke's hand. I mean, hey, when it came to that whole thing, I mean, that's something I heard a long ass time ago. Before we even knew what episode 7 was going to be called, I heard a rumor that the MacGuffin of the new trilogy was going to be Luke's hand. And the fact that in Force Awakens, we see the lightsaber, and we know that there was a death grip of a hand, Luke's hand, on that thing, or should I say this hand? I don't know. Where's the hand? I honestly think I just saw Wild Style for the first time. Wild Style? What's that? I know what Wild Stallion is. Dave, thoughts on Beavis and Butthead Do America? It's great. I saw it in the theaters. And I loved it. I loved Beavis and Butthead. Remember they tried to bring them back? And then that was it. I wouldn't be surprised if they try to bring them back again. Fire, fire, fire. I see you have braces. I have braces too. I love your DC. I love your post on DCEU posting. Why, thank you, Zack Snyder. Dave, do you think that they will bring back Ben Affleck for the last Batman movie? No, I don't think so. If they do, it would be a nice fucking surprise, but I don't think that's going to happen. See, Belinda knows all Jokers are great, and she's absolutely correct, okay? Caesar, Nicholson, Ledger, Leto, Phoenix, Hamill, all great Jokers. And anybody else, even in the other animated movies that weren't Hamill, also great Jokers. Colbert, where? I didn't see Colbert. Is he in here? Okay. Fuck. Well, good thing I still have some left. Belinda is giving Amanda a run for her money. I know. She's gonna be the new the new queen of the live chat of the live chat. See? Bourbon, man. Stronger than the vodka. Stronger, way stronger. Leto just needed more screen time. I absolutely agree with that. Dave, do you think Tarantino is going to do Trek? Yep. They are definitely going to do Trek. I think it's actually going to happen. Phoenix will make us forget it. Leto was a thing. How dare you? No, he won't. No. Leto was a fucked up fanboy. What? Dave, mix his drink with cocaine. No, I did not. Yeah, you guys and your cocaine thing. More ladies in the chat must be due to your shirtless vids. That's what I try to do, Eric. I try to do that. One of these days I'll do a shirtless vodka stream. Just do it. Well, damn, Zack Snyder, why are you gonna say that? You said Dave Pena is gays. So I'm not just gay, I'm gays. Is that what we're trying to say? That's weird. Fun fact. Zack Snyder was offered to do X-Men Origins Wolverine, but he said, fuck off. Yeah, I remember hearing something about that. Leto, Miller, and Eisenberg are horrible miscastings. No, they're not. Nope. They're fine. I would say no. I don't agree with that. I think they've made the roles their own. I mean, I've always been about, like, hey, why can't we get a fucking blonde Barry Allen? We've had 3 live-action Barry Allens, and not one of them is blonde. It's very weird. Why? Wow, never meet your heroes. Right? No, you can meet some of them. Maybe not most. Yeah, most of them you probably don't want to meet. But if you're talking about Zack Snyder, I mean, that's, of course, that's not really Zack Snyder. But I've met Zack Snyder in person, and he's he's an awesome dude. Not gay Junkee. Is totally 100% not gay. We have fulfilled our legal allegations. Are we good? Yeah. We're good, Eric. I still have to watch Crowder's latest video where he approaches one of his people, one of those people that hates him. I got to watch that video still. I worry about that guy, though. I'm pissed that Tarantino's favorite MCU movie is Thor Ragnarok. You know what, TaylorMade, the reason, you know what, that does not shock me at all. And the reason why that doesn't shock me is because Thor Ragnarok is a parody of itself. That's why I think Tarantino that's his favorite movie. It's a parody of itself. And it's so like Flash Gordon-esque, which is, I think, what Tarantino liked. So that's why I think Tarantino is all about that. So don't hold that against him. If I had to really sit there and go, what would which MCU film would Tarantino like? I actually probably would guess Thor Ragnarok, because look at it. Just to me it makes sense, to be honest. Hey, what's up, Giovanni? Thank you. Ashley disliked the stream. I would not be surprised. Would not be surprised. Oh, nah. Flash. Oh, I can't even do that. I can't get those high notes. Hey, there he is. All right. Fucking finally. Jeez.
Yeah, right?
My God.
Sorry.
I know. Fuck. What do you got, like family or something like that going on, Steve?
No, I had a bunch of stuff to do tonight.
It's all right. I'll forgive you because you're wearing a Batman shirt. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Hey,
Good.
look at that. He's not wearing his beanie tonight, guys.
Have I worn that every other time?
Yeah, pretty much. You don't want to be labeled as a film gob ripoff this time. I get it.
Yeah.
See, even people in the chat are going, film gob.
Oh, yeah. Well, no, everyone's like DMing me because I blocked him.
Well, I know that. Yeah.
And they're all like, "Did you know you blocked him?" I'm like, "Well, I blocked everyone that followed West Ashley." So
I know.
I guess if you did,
that's what I
then
was
that
trying
would
to tell
include
people
her.
too. I'm like, it's not the fact of that, But you guys have never really gone back and forth or ever talked to.
No, I mean, I got no beef with him or anything, or no.
Yeah.
Like, but he didn't follow me, and I didn't follow him, and like, I'm totally willing to unblock anyone that like wants to interact. But I'm done messing around with. Like, I spent over a year being like, I'm done. Like, we can't tolerate this kind of behavior, and then he like crossed the line, and like in a way that I'm really shocked and disappointed more people aren't calling out, and so they're all blocked and whatever. I don't care. It's actually been great. I'm shocked at how like little the impact has been on my timeline and my followers.
It really has. I mean, and that's what I was trying to tell people too. Was like, especially when I was talking to people in DMs and people that were saying like, "Hey, you realize there's a lot of people mad at you. You're gonna lose your fucking following." I'm like, dude, 14% of my followers follow the Snyder Cut account, and I'm like, they're here following me to hear what I have to say. It's not the people in the chat right now want to hear what I have to say. And you know how many messages I got, like how crazy the shit has gotten and how they're so turned off about it, especially after what happened this week. It's like, come on.
Well, and that's one of the things I've been saying for like so long that people still don't get is people are like, "Oh, he's blocking everyone in the Snyder Cut movement." I'm like, no, I just blocked everyone that followed one dude. It was like 1,300 people.
Yeah.
And like, surprise, my timeline is still full of people talking about like the Snyder Cut and other stuff. But like, I followed very few of those people. And I think I lost like 40 followers, something like that. let's say 40 because people like that number.
Yeah.
And and I've gotten I'm almost back up past. I actually had a big influx of followers. I feel like there's a lot of people. It seems like there's a lot of people kind of coming out of the woodwork that are like, "Yep, it's enough. I've had enough of this." And
I've had so many messages where it's like they're just fed up and they're backing us up. And,
it shouldn't be that hard of a line in the sand to draw. The fact that and the thing is, there's people that are like. I don't know. I've always tried to avoid the whole on that side, but I guess it is a side now.
We try to not. We're not at war with these guys. I've said that many times, but
no. But I mean, I think there's a clear side in this. Yeah. There's the he was wrong side, and it's funny because there's people that are like his buddies that are saying that he was wrong in what he did, not because I mean It was frustrating for me to be accused of something that was so egregiously bogus that you ask people and they can't produce any evidence that it even happened, but they're so convinced that I've been seeing that 40 people in the 40 Snyder Cut fans tweet for however 18 months now or whatever. People, they got that on speed dial, and you're like, okay, cool, so show me this other meme, and nobody's got a screenshot of that. It's you think
I know, and they got screenshots for days, but yet there was no screenshot that was from the person who they were trying to associate us with. Nothing. I mean, I remember that day I spent probably about a good 3 hours trying to find those, and I got sent some of those memes, but they weren't from that person.
Oh, they're out there. I mean, there's been garbage stuff out there since it happened.
Yeah, one of the memes was from an account on Facebook called Hack Snyder, and I've seen that account, and they're fucked up, and I can't stand that account.
I've gotten them blocked on Twitter a handful of times.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it was, but it wasn't from the individual that they were claiming that they were trying to associate. It's been exhausting.
He gave you $5 on your channel once. You're in his pocket. You're in the.
No. Oh, hey, he's donating. He's supporting.
You're a paper trail, Dave.
Yeah. He's the one
funded by deep.
He's the one that's making me where I could just do this for a living, right?
Yeah.
It's and he was here earlier, but he's not here now. Probably because he lives in a different country, and he even stated in the chat that he was over it and he was done. And he admitted to me too that he did troll these guys, and I saw those screenshots where he was highly trolling, and some of the stuff he said was fucked up. It was damn, dude, just take it back a notch. And he even knew.
Yeah.
He was like, you know what? I'm going to stop, because after he got partially doxxed. The fact that they knew his age and what country he lived in. That was whoa, so that's a little scary.
Well, anybody that freaks out about that stuff, it's not okay. And I'm pretty sure that I have voted, or I've reported his stuff in the past too. That there was the one that people were freaking out about that was I've talked to him and he's a nice enough guy, but there's plenty of edgelords out on Twitter that love doing that stuff too. And he's 16. I did stupid shit when I was 16 too.
Yeah.
But the one that I think people were freaking out about at one point was in a private chat somewhere, and he made a joke or whatever. I didn't think it was funny, but about Snyder Cut fans killing somebody and writing release a Snyder Cut in their blood. And I don't know. I didn't think that was very funny. I may have reported it when I saw it way back when, but it's not. I didn't make it. I never supported it. No. The only reason I even know the guy that made it is because of he happened to follow us, and also it has nothing to do with Snyder, and certainly not to do with Autumn. So it's just funny that anyway.
Yeah, it was fucked up. It was fucked up.
And I don't. And I think that I am probably should be evidence here that it's not if that's really that upsetting, it's 2 clicks away to block a lot of people.
Like I said,
it's not that hard
on here, and like I said on my podcast, I've always been a little too prideful to block people because, of course, they post that as a badge of honor kind of thing.
Oh yeah, same here.
Yeah. So, but after that all happened, when you did the whole mass blocking thing, I was like, you know what, this is what has to happen. And that's why I unfollowed certain people, certain accounts that were always constantly retweeting stuff like that. And then, when I saw something, I'm like, okay, time to block you, time to block you, time to block you. Anybody?
Well,
I mean, it was
the
so.
funniest part is that it was me just basically throwing in the towel. Like
Oh yeah,
I don't care.
For all
Like
of us.
it's so not
Even
worth
Garza, guys. Even Garza.
it anymore. And so it's hilarious because you've got all these people that are like, we gotta, what were they saying? Take them out of the movement, which like it's hilarious because I've always been criticized for like not using the hashtag enough or not participating in whatever stuff. And like
all of us have. Yeah.
I was never in the movement. I was supportive of the cause. I wrote all about it because I know, newsflash, I know more than a lot of people do about this movie. Regardless of what you think about that.
Yeah.
And because of that, I think it's important to cover it and expose what happened. And so that's always what I've done. I don't do it because I'm part of some tribe or club or movement or whatever.
Nope.
And if I was going to cover it ethically, it certainly wouldn't be as a member of a movement. Like if I had hashtag release a Snyder cut in my bio, do you think it's reasonable for me to also be covering this from the angles that I am? It's hilarious. So people are like, "Oh, they got to take." Will Rowland said like a couple weeks ago they got mad, and he's like, "Take away their career or whatever," as if I think I got blocked by like 5 people then, which like Twitter is not like I don't profit off of Twitter. Twitter is so irrelevant.
No.
And then so I was like, fine, I'm done with this. So I blocked 1,300 people, and they're all like, "How dare he?"
I know it is. Isn't that the way it is? It's always like that. It's like
you gotta let me go, guys.
Yeah, it's like okay. I know that's what I found funny about Rollins too, because when he posted that and then he blocked me, and then I called it out, and then all of a sudden he unblocked, and then he tried to fucking like back himself up. He backpedaled, and then he was up in my DMs going, dude, this, that, and and he gave me like his whole sob story. And then I did feel bad for him. And then I was like, all right, let's just walk away from this. But then when he backed up Swain's fucking dumbass video on Vero, that's when I was like, fuck this guy. Jesus Christ. That's when it just, I was over it. I was completely over it. And I'm like, this is done. That's why he's blocked from me, and it'll remain so, and some of the others too. And it's just, I don't know. It was dumb. It was dumb.
Anyway,
but the fact that people were like, oh yeah, I remember when they were like, oh yeah, you admitted that you're not part of the movement. It's like, yeah. Well, first off, we don't even really call it a movement. We always said campaign more than anything, because if these guys are calling a movement, they're moving it backwards. The shit that they're doing, if anything. So I mean, with us, it's like oh, it's just a campaign. We're helping to get out there any kind of information that we can. I still got a D23 video that's going to be coming out. Not sure when, guys. Just it's coming out. I'm gonna be editing the shit out of it tomorrow. But I'm still gonna do my thing. You're still gonna do your thing. Garz is still gonna do his thing. It's just the way it is.
Yeah, and it's I don't know. It was ridiculous just because of after like a year of being like, I mean, basically saying somebody's gonna cross the line eventually, because the whole accusations of the memes and the mocking and stuff is ridiculous. But the most heinous thing about like the whole thing, like I was saying, is the video that the dude put up was like, oh, everybody needs to let Snyder know that these guys are mocking his daughter's death, and they are like supporting people that mock his death. And it's like, oh, that's thanks. Like go to Vero and let's drag that across in front of Snyder's face, like to win a social media feud or whatever the issue was that they had with us. Like that's what Snyder needs, is to be working, in the middle of a 14-hour day of Army of the Dead, to pull open his phone and see a video of you talking about somebody making fun of his daughter. That's just like the most absurd thing ever. And the fact that these people claim that they care about Snyder and what happened, and by the way, we'll even say so in DMs, but say nothing on the timeline and actually continue to like throw daggers our way is inexcusable. And that's why I did the block. Like I'm done with it. Yeah. Like you have no integrity whatsoever. completely
Not at all.
inexcusable. And we don't need to talk about it all night, but that's really all I have to say about it. Like, if you're blocked, let me know if you want to talk to me. I will. I will probably unblock you if you care to actually engage in good faith. But if you support that kind of behavior by giving them a platform, by following them, then no, I'm not. I don't really have interest in engaging anymore. Like, that's kind of where I feel on it. So.
Wise man. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you know, and I've even seen guys, you know, in my mentions or even in my DMs. I'm like, they're like, why did Colbert block me? I'm like, well, because of this. I can ask him. Don't worry. But yeah,
the dude's. I checked out the dude's feed after the thing, and it's just he's one of those people that exclusively quote tweets to like backpack. I don't know to pat himself on the back. I have no idea why anyone would get any enjoyment out of that anyway. But I don't know if it's so important to you to follow that. Then
it baffles my mind. It baffles my mind when you see like how he tweets, what he says, and if you listen to his videos, I'm like, you know, when
I tried one of those. Don't even bother.
Yeah, when I had him on this to debate and to talk and everything like that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it didn't go anywhere. It ended up just not really resolving anything. And then after that
was that the one where you asked him to name what campaigns he'd supported and he couldn't name a single campaign?
I don't think he supported not one. Which ones has he? I don't know.
He said all of them, and you're like, well, which one? He's like the video one. He's like, which video one? I did all the video ones.
Exactly. I mean, especially with somebody who has a YouTube channel, you'd think that if there was a video campaign, you would do a video. But I don't remember seeing a video from him. Yeah, there's just a bunch of shit. And it just, I try to ignore him as much as possible. I was like, I'm over this guy. It's done. He was on here. We're over with. He kept on making videos, and I remember getting, you know. Oh yeah, he made another video talking about you. I don't care. Whatever. Oh, look who's gonna join.
Who's joining?
Mr. Midside. What's up, bud?
No, I stopped the last episode of Mindhunter season 2 for this.
So, oh my god, shit! I gotta sober up then. What's up, buddy?
Not much. I was just hearing what you guys were saying, so I had to jump on in case. Because I also saw you were like, "Are you joining?" And I wasn't sure if it was for me or not. So.
It was what? I was doing what?
You said, "Are you coming?" And I didn't know who you were talking to, so I wasn't.
Hey, it was for anybody who wanted to join in. That's all that matters, man. Wearing the muscle shirt and everything. Look at this guy, Justin. I must ask though. I've seen you now 3 times. Once in live. You always wear a hat. What's going on underneath that hat? Are you hiding something?
Oh, it's not Hulk Hogan or anything.
Okay, good. I was like, is he balding? Is he hiding it? I wasn't sure.
When I am old, it'll work like Hulk Hogan. No, it's just the style I've had since I was a kid. I'm from Boston. You know, that's the way we do it.
I get it. You like Fred Durst. It's fine. I'm just kidding. No, it's not a red hat, at least. No, but yeah, we were just recapping some of the stuff that happened this week and blah, blah, blah. But, you know. We did what we have to do, and yeah, it was all bullshit, and people know it, and that's good.
Yeah, I think it's a case of the silent majority, and I think it's well for people to remember that, where I think the loud people are the people who are trying to convince themselves, and it's important not to get sucked into that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I've had people I've actually made random friends out of this, people DMing me and talking to me about it.
Yeah.
And then people started to accuse them of being my ghost account. It's like, come on.
You scared Steven away. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, no.
I finally want a live chat with Steven and he leaves.
Yeah, exactly. I know. He got scared.
No, we're talking about hats, and I'm like, I have my hat around here.
I know. See, Steven usually is wearing something on his head, and he's like, now he's self-conscious. No, same thing with me. I've gotten random DMs just with people just going, dude, what the hell is going on? Like, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I support you guys. I don't understand. It's crazy what's going on with these people and blah, blah, blah. It's like, wow.
The really interesting thing is I think there's a lot of people that aren't really as tuned in. There's a lot of fans that are just kind of follow anyone that talks about the Snyder Cut. And so they're like, either seeing that they're now blocked by me, or they're wondering like what everyone's up in arms about because they don't keep in the loop. Or I find there's a language barrier, and so people don't like realize kind of some of the ridiculous stuff that people are pulling, or there's cultural differences or whatever. And you know, I'm always willing to explain or overcome those differences. Like I said, I'm not like none of these or most of these blocks that I did aren't permanent. It was kind of the easiest way to just be done with it. Like,
yeah,
I've talked about the toxicity forever, and every single time you're like, these guys are toxic, you got to cut this out. They like circle the wagons, like, how dare you call all fans toxic? I'm like, no, I'm not calling them all toxic. I'm calling them toxic.
Yeah.
And then and then I got to here, and so it's like, you know what, I'm clearly nobody is interested in this, and so so I'll just stop talking about it and I'll block everyone.
No, it was a good idea. I mean, I totally understood it when you did it, and then that's where I was like, you know what, I'm gonna start just doing it too. Because I was going back and forth, because when I was trying to figure out where these memes, I was trying to track down where these memes are coming from, and I got these same individuals just coming into my mentions, trying to like just totally just pin this on me, and I went, okay, show me the memes, please. Show me the memes, and I will ban this person. I will call them out. I will do all this. I'm on your side. If you could show me the evidence, and I never got one, and it just kept getting spun to.
Well, it's the same thing when someone's like, "You're fake news. You're lying." It's like, okay, cool. Let's talk about it. What particularly did I say that you think is lying? I was like, well, you said what's the big one is always the you say it takes 40 million. It's like, well, I've said that once, and it's when I published a story that was published by somebody else, which. It's kind of newsworthy. The Telegraph published an article where they cited a source in VFX that said that it would take 30 to 40 million. And so like, therefore it's news, and therefore it's like my job to cover it. And so I contextualized it in the movie is significantly done. And even if it costs 30 to 40 million, it's worth the expense. As I've said, like on here and on your podcast before, I've heard a less number by 15, 10 to 15 million or whatever. And Clay, said something similar also.
They said 20 to 30.
Yeah. And so that's about where I fall. That's what I've been told, quite a few times, but nobody pays attention to that. And nobody even, and so they'll throw whatever back at me. And so it's like, okay, let's forget the 40 million thing. Let's, so what's the next thing? I was like, well, something, you're wrong.
It's just something. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and everything that happened this week, it was like an up and down roller coaster kind of thing. But, I'm still going to be posting the video for D23 that Justin and I did, which would be good. I mean, he's got the tattoo right there. He's got the Corey tattoo right on his arm.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy is so anti-Snyder that he decided to tattoo his production on his fucking bicep.
No, it's just for clout, man. He just did it for Twitter followers.
Of course.
No, 100%. I did it all for my 400 Twitter followers that I've gotten being on Twitter since 2011.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that's what bugs me the most is just as a Snyder fan, and I want to be clear about that. I think I said this last time, Dave, but I say it a lot. I am not like a comics guy. I'm not like a DC guy. Like Snyder is my introduction to this world and my introduction to these stories. And as a Snyder fan, it's hard not to take it personally when somebody's like, you're anti-Snyder. Yeah. It's a very low blow because it's like, Dave, you've talked to me before about how since Man of Steel, Henry Cavill was cast, you've been doing this. I've been a Snyder fan since 300, and my love for his movies and art has only deepened since. And I mean, part of the reason I look like this, to be completely honest with you, is at a certain point I was at a turning point in my life, and I was like, my heroes like Snyder lifts, Tom Brady's an athlete, Snyder talks about the Ayn Rand aesthetic. If these are my values, why am I not living in line with that? So I started going to the gym and lifting heavy. It's really tough for me for things that have helped shape my life and shape who I am as a person and learn my values, that these people who can't even talk about it, like that's something I would love, right? Somebody just asked Wes Ashley what his favorite non-DC Snyder movies are. Ask him about thematic analysis of these movies. Yeah. So people who can't even do that are coming at me and saying, well, you're anti-Snyder. And it's almost like a low blow. And that's why it's hard not to engage, because you want to be like, you don't even know me and you're getting super personal like this. It'd be like if another person came in and was like, you're not really a Patriots fan. I'd be like, yo, hold up a second.
You're like, I was there with Bledsoe.
I was at Bledsoe's first preseason game.
Exactly. So there it is. I've seen some of the people that are on that side. I remember one time I saw a certain individual who saw 300 for the first time recently, who's part of this whole thing. And I'm like, really? You just saw 300 for the first time? Are you kidding me? And you're like a diehard Snyder fan? What the fuck?
He's a Spartan, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'll use he lightly, but yeah, it was just like, what? Yeah, it was like, what? You just saw that recently? You never saw it before? I'm like, you got to wonder, like, have you seen Dawn of the Dead? Have you seen Sucker Punch? For all I know, I mean, my God, it almost seems like it's only the comic book movies that are being talked about.
Yeah,
right. We don't want to gatekeep. It's just an observation about the trends here, because even that weekend, and I know I'm not calling you out here, Dave, but I was there all three days, and more people were there every day. Right, it was easy to talk to Snyder the first day. The second day,
I actually regret not going that first day.
I regret. After all of this, the number one thing I regret is I was being nice and I didn't want to hog the time with him, so I walked away. Knowing the way everyone is now, I would have just sat there and kept talking to him about Sucker Punch and analyzing the crap out of it and having a really deep conversation.
Talk about all the dicks. Yeah, okay.
Already established
all the dick symbolic. All the dick symbolism. Yeah, I know. No,
that's how I met Justin. Was that I was watching during SnyderCon from home, and a video popped up on Twitter of Snyder like cracking up and saying, "I'm like, isn't it obvious?" And I was like, I got to know what he's reacting to there. And someone was like, "Oh, this dude asked him about Sucker Punch," and I was like, so I don't know if I DM'd you or if I messaged you, and I was like, What did you ask him that made him crack up? You're like, oh, I asked him if the dicks and Sucker Punch were intentional. Well, you knew they were, but you said like a friend of yours was claiming they were.
Symbols. I said I was.
Oh, okay. You didn't say D to use dick.
Yeah. I think he was laughing because I pushed it too. Because he was like, well, you got to be more specific. So I was like naming specific instances. I was like, when he kills the baby dragon and slits his throat. And I think he was laughing because I interpreted that as he was laughing because somebody actually got it.
Yeah.
Like it's very gratifying when you're, because I write. When you write something and somebody gets it. When you're an artist and somebody gets it on that level, on the same level you thought of it, it's very gratifying. And the way he was responding to me, because he even saw my Sucker Punch shirt. And as we were just saying, I think he appreciated that somebody was there and it was like not all this other crazy. It was like the one film that's original. Yeah. And I think he was just very gratified that somebody was understanding it on that level. And I asked that question because my best friend constantly tells me, or he did before, he goes, we can never prove that that's intentional. It could be subconscious phallic imagery. So I go, if I ever meet Snyder, that's the first thing I'm asking him. So I stayed true to my word.
What about the dicks? Yeah. I know, man. I mean, that was great. And I remember seeing that video, and this is before you and I started conversing with each other on Twitter. And when you came on the vodka stream and you said like, oh yeah, I was the guy that did that, I was like, oh, that's right. It hit. I'm like, okay, I remember that video. And then, I remember seeing that video and the fact that everybody was able to interact with Snyder so much. That's when I went, fuck, I should have went at least that first night. Maybe not even the Watchmen night, because it was pretty pricey. And I was like, do I have time to go all 3 nights? I thought about it, but then I was like, no, I'm just going to go on the BVS night. And I really wish I went at least the Dawn of the Dead night, because that would have been cool just to fucking shoot the shit with the guy, Yeah.
And so honestly, BVS was the least fun watching it in the theater. Yelled, "We miss you, boss!" And then somebody yelled, "That's my Superman!" And somebody else said, "That's my Wonder Woman."
I made the joke, because when the opening credits were happening, every time a name flashed up, everybody's like, yeah! And I'm like, does everybody realize we're watching the Waynes getting shot? They're getting murdered right now, and everybody's like, yeah!
I'm sure Snyder's dream was to have somebody watch one of his movies and clap when people die. That's what he's always that's what he's been going for. That's what most of his critics think he's been going for.
Just after a bit, it just felt like, okay, we don't have to do this with every name, right? We don't but
at first I thought they were doing it for the people in the room, and I was like, okay, I get it. Like, we kind of show respect. But then they kept doing it with everyone. Yeah.
Oh, it was like it got old after a while, and I'm like, I get it. I didn't mind anytime that one of the actors showed up on screen, cool. Do a fucking clap, cheer, fine. But when it was like every name that was flashing up during this tragic scene, I'm going, no, this is just getting weird now. It's getting awkward. Stop it. And I turned to the comic movie marks guys. I'm like, are we clapping during the fucking death scene? I was like, what the hell, man? It was like pretty insane. But yeah, the whole boss thing, I'm like, when people yell out like, "Oh, we love you, boss, boss, boss," that kind of got on my nerves too. I totally get what you're saying right there, Justin. But
interestingly, someone in the chat said, I can't say the name, Matthew Helm, I think that's how you say it, said they did it at the Watchmen one too. But I don't remember that, and that's interesting. That just shows you the level it was at on the last day that I don't even remember it during the Watchmen. So.
Yeah, so like pretty much each day just got more and more people.
Yeah.
You didn't get to interact with Snyder on the Watchmen night, did you? Really?
I talked to him very briefly. It was more, well, first of all, my main, hold on a second, let me grab something here. My main thing was I wanted to meet Jackie Earl Haley because I got him to sign it.
That's
this
awesome.
is 1 in 480. So now I have 1 in 480 with his signature on it. So that was the main thing. Then I talked to Deborah for a little bit, and I was trying to talk to her about Fountainhead, and that one kid interrupted me and just hijacked the conversation, the Spider-Man kid. And then I waited.
Man, he was just ruining everything.
Yeah, no, exactly. I despise that kid for this reason. But then I waited in line and talked to Snyder for like 2 seconds. I took another picture, and I was like, I hope you get to make the Fountainhead. And he said, I hope I get to make it too. So I just was giving him a little reinforcement, but there just wasn't as much time. Like, I know he would have sat there and talked to me on the first night, and I just walked away. So it's my own stupidity.
That's a really interesting situation because, well, we know it's going to be he's writing it or has written it as a TV series of sorts. Yeah, but I believe Warner Brothers still owns the rights to it, as far as I understand. And there's and so there's a little bit of reconciliation, or maybe reconciliation is the wrong word because it's more of a legal thing than a like they don't need to like kiss and make up, but there are some outstanding issues between Snyder's and Warner Brothers that need to be resolved in order for Fountainhead to happen, which is a really ironic situation because and we're in 2019 now, and like what we know about everything, like in what world are they going to give him the rights to make a movie that is
symbolically about what happened with Justice League?
Yeah, basically like a perfect parallel to what happened with Justice League, and be like, oh, here you go, Zach, make this movie, but promise you don't, there's
a irony to it that he has to make a movie about a genius who should have to do things without any politics encumbering him, has to go through politics to get it done. It's just
and so I'm curious if he's going to have a way to, or I've been curious before, like I haven't heard about it since then, so I've been curious if maybe as part of his like separation deal or whatever the details in that are, if he was able to secure the rights with that, or I doubt that's the case, but it's fascinating because he's obviously very intent on working on it and has been continuing to write it since he's been gone from his office at Warner Brothers. So, so obviously he thinks that there's some sort of deal that can happen there eventually still. So
there's some evidence he's been working with Warner Brothers because he was explicit in an interview that he was using Ayn Rand's original script as his basis. And Warner Brothers owns that. So unless he just already had a copy of it, I mean, copies are out there, I suppose. I don't know if the Ayn Rand archives would leak them. That's where I read parts of the script. But
interesting. So if that's the well, I guess if he's going to be basing on the book anyway, then she would get a story credit. But she might get like a screenwriting credit too if that's the.
Maybe, but I mean, if he really is doing a mini series on Netflix or wherever, then it's really not going to be a lot of her screenwriting because the book versus the original movie is very truncated. I mean, they cut out one of the major characters. I mean, Peter Keating is not in the original movie at all, and it's one of the no objections get mad at me. I don't need another cult coming at me. But that was one of the weaknesses of Ayn Rand's original script is just like the foil to Peter Keating is the foil to Rourke the entire movie. I mean, think of him as the Whedon to Snyder. And he's just missing from the original movie, and it really hurts it thematically. So there's people are asking for movie talk. There's some old school Fountainhead.
There you go, right there. Go watch that. I haven't seen the old movie. I've seen like clips. Like when I heard about that he was doing it, I was like, all right, let me look at some clips. Let me like investigate this movie because I'm kind of curious to see what it's about. And when I read what the initial plot's about, I'm like, holy shit, this is like parallel to. I can totally understand why he wants to make this. And now now when we think about it, it's like, yeah, is Warner Brothers really going to let him do this after everything that's happened? Who knows?
Yeah. But like I said, the fact that it's something that he continues to pursue is kind of fascinating because that's one thing I've been saying for a while that I think a lot of people are going to be disappointed with is that this whole thing, whenever the Snyder Cut is released, is not going to end with him like riding a black horse down to the doors of Warner Brothers and kicking it down and like they're
awesome,
dragging it out, and like it's what's going to happen is like they're going to do like a joint interview or whatever, and they're going to say something along the lines of like, oh, we've been wanting this to happen for a long time, and we finally had the opportunity to make it work, and so we're just happy that we've been able to make this dream come true that we've been wanting from the beginning, and it's sad that we couldn't do it this way in the first place.
Yeah,
and the fans that like want blood are going to be mad, and but. The fact that's the only way this happens. Like, this is not happening with Snyder, like owning Warner Brothers, or getting like some sort of epic conclusion. And the fact that he's continuing to work on Fountainhead, I think probably indicates that he's of the same mind.
Yeah, I'm gonna respond to that. But somebody in the chat asked if Snyder ever wanted to make a George Washington movie. There was actually a rumor, and I think it was true at one point, that he wanted to do a whole series of movies. 300 style, about a bunch of different stuff, and one of them he mentioned in an interview was George Washington with the crossing of the Delaware and everything. Yeah,
well, I think he said the crossing of the Delaware painting is a very similar aesthetic, which I never noticed that before until he pointed it out, and I'm like, that does look like 300. Like, dude, you're such a fake fan.
Yeah, how dare you?
But no,
you even got the Funko set for the movie that he hasn't made yet.
I've got two, one at work too. No, what you were saying about the whole, the way it's going to go down with the Snyder Cut is one of the things that really bugs me. And I don't call it movement.
Yeah. Wait. Is that true? Sorry.
What?
The Birds of Prey trailer get dropped right now? Sorry.
Or leaked.
Yeah. Anyways. Sorry. No. Go ahead, Justin. We're talking about Snyder.
We can talk about Harley Quinn if you want.
No, it's fine. No, keep going. Sorry. Chris Juan Swenson just fucking,
Oh, here it is. It's a cam copy from theaters.
What? That's weird.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Justin. So, go ahead.
No, one of the things why I don't like calling it a movement, and I like that we've taken the campaign, and I think maybe the movement can be put aside and we can start the campaign now. But I don't like that because they think like they're going to bring Snyder back to the DCEU and finish the vision and everything. And that is never, ever going to happen.
Yeah. They would have to give him like a studio made of gold, or I don't know what they would have to do to it. No, it's just not going to happen when people, and that's what I wonder, like if once we get the Snyder Cut, what are some of these people going to do? The projecting
to obsess over.
Exactly. And it'll be that. I mean, that's what I said in the podcast, when we're being accused of like, oh, you're just trying to capitalize on the Snyder Cut movie, you're exploiting it and blah, 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 and profiting and this, that, and this. I'm going, no, I've been doing this shit before that. When BBS got announced, that's when I was like, all right, I'm covering this shit. I like Snyder's movies. We're going to do this. I love Man of Steel, blah, blah, blah. And so the fact that people were always like, throwing that at us, I was going, okay, we're still going to go back. Snyder Cut gets released. We're still going to go back to do what we do. Steven's going to write for Screen Rant.
Still go back. Continue.
Or continue. Yeah. Not even go back.
Stop doing it. Exactly. I am doing what I do.
I always say like 12, 13% of my shit's about the Snyder Cut. I talk about all kinds of fucking shit. I try to review a movie once a week. And it's just it's insane. I don't know. I'm just so over all of that stuff, and I'm like, good God. But yeah, apparently the Birds of Prey trailer like leaked. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, So go check out Chris Juan Swenson's.
Did they really play it before the Spider-Man fucking release?
Yeah. So and it starts off as like it looks like it teaser, and then it cuts over and it's Birds of Prey. But it's basically the screenshots that leaked are all higher quality, and basically it's every frame. I mean, it's that short. Like so you've already seen, and there's no dialogue or anything, so you're gonna get a better look in the screenshots than you got in the cam vid anyway. But
because they're probably most likely gonna release it next week with it too, I imagine, right?
That's what somebody in the chat said.
I mean, why would they? Okay, first off, the re-release of Spider-Man, I fucking hate that shit. Who's gonna go see that? I mean, I get it. You're gonna get 4 minutes of extra Spidey footage. I already saw somebody did a bootleg of the scene that we saw already in the trailer that got cut out, where he kicks a bunch of people's asses in that little restaurant or whatever. But why would they put that in front of Spider-Man: Far From Home? It's an R-rated movie. I don't know. It's weird to me.
What superheroes?
Huh?
Superheroes.
Is that what it is?
Comics,
There's no superheroes. Yeah. What superheroes are in Birds of Prey? What, the girl that can scream?
Come on, you go see a Tahiri Henson movie and they put all trailers with black people in it. Like all trailers with black people are the same. It's like, here's an action movie with Chadwick Boseman. Here's an old drama with old black people. They're all black. You want to see black people? It's like, no, just because the actress is black doesn't mean every black person movie we want to see. That's racist. It's just shallow, racist, simplistic thinking.
Yeah, you're right. But it's just so weird to me, how they would put that in front of that. That's just so very strange. I can understand putting it in front of it too, because there's a little bit of correlation. It's Warner Brothers, first off. And it has to do with, there's a clown and clown makeup, rated R. I could totally understand that. But put it in front of Far From Home re-release. That's just so
cool. What I'm hearing is that the clown in it is actually the Joker. That's what the exclusive you're breaking right.
Is that what it is? Somebody's trying to make that tie into or everything. But
well, yeah, that's what's really weird, is because even if it does well, these re-releases sort of give a quick shot to these movies, but the kind of box office that they're bringing in is not you're gonna, if you go to an opening night of a re-release in a crowded theater, it's not gonna be a sold out showing. It's gonna be, it was the same thing for Endgame too.
Yeah,
it's just you're gonna be in there with a handful of people, but what happened is they put it back on 3,000 screens or whatever they upped it to, and so it's gonna bring in it's gonna have a 10% jump in box office revenue for that weekend, and get it over whatever milestone they're looking for.
I don't like it.
So it's weird to do that with the Birds of Prey trailer, is because it's not.
Yeah.
It's not only it's
you're not going to get a lot of eyes.
Yeah, not at all. Which is really, maybe they're testing the waters and they didn't want to. I don't know. It's a weird decision.
Yeah, that does not make sense, because I remember Swenson. Speaking of Swenson, he tweeted out did anybody see the Birds of Prey teaser trailer in front of the re-release? And I'm like, nah, somebody would have fucking bootlegged that. Well, now there's a bootleg. Yeah, but it's so weird because it probably wasn't. I guess they didn't put it in front of all of the screenings, because I kept seeing people posting the Spider-Man scenes that were missing, when he's kicking all those guys' asses in the restaurant, whatever. I kept seeing that, but I never saw anything about Birds of Prey. Just like the Tenet trailer was supposed to be in front of Hobbs and Shaw. When I went and saw Hobbs and Shaw, I didn't see a Tenet trailer.
I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It depends. A lot of times it depends on the format you see, because if you see a 3D showing or an IMAX showing, or
there's difference.
Or Regal, if you see an RPX or
it has to do with the
Dolby or whatever, you're going to see a different run. But most the standard showing or whatever is going to be consistent across the board.
It was great because I was waiting for that trailer and I was really excited for it. And then we watched it and my girlfriend leaned over to me and she goes, I don't understand any of that. And I'm like, you're not supposed to. It's a Christopher Nolan movie.
Exactly. Yeah.
Did you guys see the HD leak?
No.
I don't know if you could tell in the theater when you saw it, but I've been for a few months now. What's the Eve 6, The Curtain? Have you seen that music video where he goes, they recorded it with him walking backwards and doing all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
And they play it forward. Yeah. So a few months ago, I was oh, it was the cars. It was the set video of the cars driving backwards.
It's just the cars moving back into place to shoot.
Somebody and I was like, no,
it's Christopher Nolan.
People were walking forward and the cars are going backwards. And I was like, I wonder if they're going to do that same trick. And if you watch now in the trailer, I noticed it when like the low quality version leaked that John David Washington is like got a weird kind of gait to him, and it's like he's doing the backwards walking thing. And now if you look at the HD version, you can actually see the smoke is moving in reverse as he's moving forward, because that's exactly what they did. They recorded him walking backwards with the smoke going up, and then they play it back. And so it's crazy because with the smoke in there, and then you're on the one side of this mirror. It's literally Nolan is using smoke and mirrors in the trailer for his for his movie, which is awesome. And I just love the fact that he's making a $250 million movie, and the his VFX are like, okay, you walk backwards and then we'll reverse the shot.
That's why he's the man.
I'm assuming he's also playing with the idea that Tenet is a palindrome. It's the same form.
Yeah,
that's exactly. Why the logo looks like that. Yeah.
What I want to know from the shot that we've seen of the trailer is he goes up like to that bullet hole, and what I want to know is someone just shot a gun on the other side of that wall. That's probably got to be what the smoke is from. And so I feel like that's probably like the middle of the Tenet. I think that he puts his hand up and someone else is going to put their hand up on the other side. Probably Robert Pattinson.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, it's going to be an interesting movie. I mean, it's just so funny when that movie got announced. Oh, Christopher Nolan's new movie they got a date for it. That's why I made that fake trailer for it. Because there was so much hype on my timeline for this movie, and we have no fucking clue what it's about.
An untitled Christopher Nolan movie.
Yes, that's all it was. We just had a date in the fact that it was Christopher Nolan, and everybody was freaking out. And I'm like, this is how much this power that this man has. And even what Eric said right there, it's like Christopher Nolan, Hitchcock. I mean, their styles are not. They're a little different, but
other director Tarantino probably, but like even would Spielberg ever drop like a trailer and be like an untitled Steven Spielberg movie is coming and have everyone be like, oh holy crap, there's a Steven Spielberg movie coming? Like
probably wouldn't.
I think
wouldn't as much.
Tarantino can do that, and Snyder could do that. Now he'd get a lot more divisive of a reception, but like people would talk about the untitled Zack Snyder movie. Probably not Michael Bay. Just trying to think of someone whose name alone would get that kind of reaction.
Ridley Scott?
Maybe.
And then probably not, though.
Maybe with Ridley Scott, it would need to be like an untitled Ridley Scott cyberpunk movie. That would get but like just Ridley Scott alone, I don't know.
Yeah.
J.J. Abrams, somebody said in the chat, that's probably true.
Yeah, except with him, it would be a surprise Cloverfield trailer, is what it would be, instead of
it'd just be a bunch of lens flare. Oh my God, JJ, he's doing something. Yeah.
No, but instead of because that's basically. Well, I guess he doesn't really direct all those, but or he hasn't directed any of them. But like that's his equivalent of the untitled J.J. Abrams movie is the surprise Cloverfield movie.
Oh man, I still remember watching that. I remember going to seeing the first Transformers movie. And I went there with my friend, and then when that trailer showed up, and then you saw the Statue of Liberty head, and oh my god, and it just cut out and showed the date. I remember everybody in the movie theater went, "What the fuck did we just see right now?" Nobody.
And there wasn't even a title, like forever.
Yeah, there was no title. It was just like, okay, this is like found footage. Some kind of explosion happened, and then the Statue of Liberty's head just got launched down this random street. And I remember looking at my friend, she was like, I'm like, I don't know. And I got obsessed a little bit with that. I remember I was going through and I was looking at all the conspiracy theories. Oh my God, did you see the way that Rob was reacting on the rooftop? He knows something. And then you got this slurry shit and blah, 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 whatever the hell. And I mean, that was beautifully, perfectly executed marketing for that movie. It's crazy how, and it sucks that, you almost wonder, like, can JJ ever pull something like that off again? I mean, I guess when it came to
the Cloverfield paradox really killed a lot of it.
Yeah, it really killed a lot of hype. Yeah, you didn't like it, Jason, did you?
Man.
It was a terrible movie.
Yeah, I mean,
it's rough because I feel like that's a product. That's Star Wars' fault.
Oh yeah,
Star Wars ruined Cloverfield Paradox.
because
he
10
failed on
Cloverfield
it,
Lane
and then
was-
they couldn't. 10 Clover. So I missed all the first Cloverfield stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't see. I don't remember if I saw the trailer in the theaters or not. It didn't hook me. I didn't see it until the run up to 10 Cloverfield Lane, even. At which point I was like all about it. But I was hooked on the franchise because of the first trailer for 10 Cloverfield Lane, where they played the I Think We're Alone Now, I think was the song when that came out, and then what it ended with the no, I think it was before that trailer even. They had the one where there's the house and the alien like comes up, or the ship comes up over the house.
You see it like
And
illuminate.
it goes to the title screen.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
And that's probably one of my top favorite movies of all time, 10 Cloverfield Lane.
Oh, it's so good.
It's phenomenal.
So fucking good. I mean, a lot of people complain like, oh my God, it took like a wicked left turn. And I'm like, I'm glad it did. I'm like, because the whole time you're going, is John Goodman crazy or is he not? Is he crazy? And then all of a
He
sudden,
doesn't get enough respect for that role. It was phenomenal.
Oh, he did a great performance. And then when you like realize, I mean, you realize when she gets out and she takes off the shit that she made to protect herself.
I'm shocked that there aren't more duck shower curtain hazmat suit cosplay.
Right?
Like, isn't that or the ending? I'd love to see a sequel.
Next year at Comic-Con, I'm wearing that shit.
But
I'm gonna hold up the release of Snyder Cut.
Well, and then the way they have it set up, because what is it over the course of the movie? She learns to sew up a wound, and then she learns to use a gun, and then she learns to
a lot of
she learns how to make the suit or whatever, and then she turns on the radio and they're like, we're looking for medics, warriors, or whatever they say. Like they list like all the things that she's learned over the movie, and then she's like, what is it, Baton Rouge or Chicago?
Yeah, and then she goes, all right, let's do it. Yeah. No, but when people didn't like the alien part of it, I'm like, that was great. I was hoping for aliens. I'm like, give me some aliens in this shit, you know? And then I remember, didn't people try to like correlate Cloverfield Paradox with the exact time, the runtime part where they hit the fucking thing? That was the exact runtime, and it's like when shit happened.
There's some weird stuff happened with Paradox that like 10 Cloverfield Lane was like either it was in the same universe or maybe it wasn't. It was just kind of Easter eggs. And then Cloverfield Paradox did that, what they had the monster at the end, and they did a couple other things that were like directly tied into it in a way that like not only was it a bad movie, but it made the original Cloverfield like less good by trying to tie in, which is really, really frustrating.
Yeah, I know. And now we haven't heard anything about anything since.
Yeah, well, JJ's not with Paramount anymore.
Yeah,
so I guess maybe that's a Bad Robot thing. I've been saying I want Bad Robot or whoever. I want DC to take all this like the trench and all that kind of stuff and use the Cloverfield strategy for that. Like, why can't you take a random horror movie script or a random like a script like Chronicle or whatever and say, okay, what's an obscure DC character? Let's slap some branding on that. And take a script that would never be made otherwise, but it's an awesome script, and turn it into like some obscure DC project, which is exactly what Cloverfield does. They just don't have like the DC branding behind it. But like, what if they had taken like Chronicle, for example, which is maybe a bad example because that turned out great as a standalone movie without the branding. But if they had taken something like that nobody's, or Chronicle 2's got a script out there that is probably not going to happen because of Landis. And so, like, what if they were to adapt that into like into like a Static Shock or something like that? I don't know. Like, I think that'd be a super cool approach to the universe.
Well, apparently, the Chronicle 2 script is not. He stirred away from the found footage part, and he wanted to make it a normal movie.
Yeah, and I can see that being a hard gimmick to continue. So I can kind of respect that in some ways. I think that it'd be a mistake to stick with it. But that was also one of the biggest appeals of the first movie. So you're losing the best. It's a smart decision to get rid of it, but you're also losing the best aspect. Like, it's the best found footage we've ever seen.
They got creative. When it came to Chronicle, I was like, creative.
Second best to Cloverfield.
Yeah. They got really creative with like, okay, we can do found footage, just use everybody's cell phones and security cameras and blah, blah, blah. So the fact that they utilize all these different kind of angles,
and they use the powers to manipulate the camera, so they would be able to logically do a lot of stuff with the camera that a found footage movie would never do. Also,
exactly. But at the same time, I'm going, does it really need a sequel? You know,
I want to know where those stories go, but
hopefully
it's it's great on its own. Also, it's just such a complicated situation with Landis because who wants to give that guy
this guy's
another job?
Douchebag.
Yeah.
Fuck no. What do you say? Did you want to see Chronicle 2?
I don't want to see Chronicle. I've never seen it, and with Landis, I want to see it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if it makes it any easier to see it, Josh Trank says that he kicked Landis off set and I think deviated fairly heavily from his script too.
Yeah.
And he did basically whatever he could to kind of kick Landis to the curb on that project, which I really appreciated him coming out to say so that I can enjoy that movie again.
I mean, I think that seems to be what happens with a lot of his scripts. I mean, didn't that happen with Bright too, with David Ayer?
Yeah. Nobody wants to fucking work with that guy. Has he even been on Twitter? I haven't heard anything about him.
No, he's not on Twitter, but apparently what keeps on happening with him is he's getting. I mean, basically, it's like what Devin Faraci did, except he's Hollywood royalty as opposed to some scumbag blogger, where he's getting all these ghostwriting projects, or he's working on something for in secret, and then they will have a planned unveiling of his a PR push to kind of bring him back into the spotlight. And I think that's why these articles keep on coming out, is because he's about to be surprise, he's working on this female-friendly feminist movie.
Oh,
and there's a plan to kind of bring that out, and then someone's like, nope, let's drop some more stories about him, and then they're like, okay, let's hold off on bringing Landis back.
That's a shame.
Yeah, I mean, knowing that his dad is still.
Well, his dad's too, apparently. I've heard
he killed children on the set of his movie and got away with it.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard that. What's his dad's name? Jonathan Landis, right?
But he made Ghostbusters, not Ghostbusters, Blues Brothers. So
he's made some good classics. But I heard that Eddie Murphy actually said that when he worked with him, what movie was that? That he
phenomenal. I'll have to find that interview and post it again to Twitter. Eddie Murphy's Playboy interview. I think it was in Playboy where he goes off on John Landis and talks about how he was
such a douchebag.
Yeah, well, he chewed him out in a hardcore way. That was kind of epic. But because he couldn't get work after he crashed a helicopter into children. And,
that's what I was going to say. I thought that was the helicopter guy.
Yeah, it is the helicopter guy.
And so he got out of it. However that worked out.
Coming to America, right? It was Coming to America.
No, it was. Oh yeah, he worked on Coming to America, but it was on what was the name of the project where it happened? But it was Eddie Murphy brought him on to Coming to America, and he started to walk around like a big shot.
Oh,
Eddie Murphy was like, the only reason you are here is because I pulled strings for you. Don't screw with me.
I read all that.
If you ever talk to me that way again, I will beat the shit out of you.
Yeah, I read all that. I'm like, what the fuck? It's crazy. It's crazy to hear all that stuff and all. And somebody just in the live chat said, just wrote Coming to America using the number 2. They're going to totally title the fucking sequel like that, aren't they? Put the 2, Coming to America, and put a 2 in there because it's a sequel. That's what's going to happen, probably, right? Hopefully.
Did they announce people behind that? Because I can only imagine what a Coming to America movie would be like nowadays.
Well, I think it's Eddie Murphy's has been kind of working at his own comeback, and I think he's involved in that, isn't he?
Eddie Murphy is we're gonna see an Eddie Murphy renaissance coming.
It's terrifying. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be quite as good as the Chappelle renaissance.
No. Chappelle's on a whole other level. Yeah. After I'm done here, I'm actually gonna watch his special.
Oh, have you not watched it yet? Every time he has a new special, I'm like, how do people let him get away with it? I'm cool with it, but
it's great.
It's phenomenal. I'm glad that he's
both the right and the left, mainly the left, of course. But I love the fact that he just says what he wants. He could do what he wants.
Well, he's got a whole bit about school shootings in his new one.
Didn't Louis C.K. also do that?
Well, it's one of those where he starts it and you're like, oh, okay, he crossed the line, and then you're like, that was actually kind of funny.
What were you gonna say,
Justin? The school shootings bit is so good because it's inching towards that line where he's gonna start being critical of public schools, but he backs off of it. But there's a subtle undercurrent there where he's calling out public schools.
Oh yeah,
that makes it funny.
Well, it's one of those things where he calls them out for like, kind of the fear mongering, and you're right. He lets off the gas, and it's like but it's obvious that he didn't go for the kill shot.
Yeah.
Ironically, I guess that's an interesting way to phrase it. No, but I just remember the best bit in that though is the Juicy Smoulier. The fact that he refused to say his pronounce his name correctly the entire bit was like I was losing it. That was absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it as soon as we're done here.
Yeah, I'll stop spoiling the jokes for you. It's good. Go
fine,
watch it.
Fine. I mean, there's still going to be a ton of other jokes. I mean, I watched the when he first joined with Netflix, and it was just like he got 2 specials right off the bat, and apparently it was just like, I mean, one of them he's just literally just up there with this fucking wax pen, just sucking on it and just talking.
Yeah,
and it was brilliant.
Well, because the first one was like a proper stand-up set, and the second one is he's like on a stool, and he's like, "Let me tell you about there's a point in that where he's like, let's talk about what actually happened to me." He's like, "Not really, but let's pretend it was this, but it wasn't that, but it might have been." I love that.
Yeah. See,
the most interesting thing about him that came out of this special to me is the fact that he lives in Ohio. Like, this dude can live anywhere he wants, and he chose Ohio. And I think that just...
He's apparently not even a fan of it. He's like, every time he talks about it, he's like, "Do you know what Ohio is like? It's a bunch of white heroin addicts."
Well, I mean, that's true. Like, it was like, I wanted to get mad at him because I'm like, collectivism, but it's true.
Yeah.
But no, I think he likes it. I think he's a comedian. He's just going to rip on it anyway.
Oh,
but
of course.
That's where he picked to live. Like, he said he has an Asian wife. So he took his black self and his Asian wife and his Blasian kids, and they moved to Ohio.
Blasian.
It speaks volumes to me. Like, the dude knows what's up.
Yeah.
He just knows.
No, he doesn't want to live in LA. He knows. Fuck this shit.
He doesn't want to live near any major city and be involved in any of that.
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, but it's crazy too because he can literally go to any comedy club, walk in and be like, "Hey, can I do a set without any pay?" And they'll make room for him. I mean, he could fucking walk into a Metallica concert and just be like, "Hey guys, can I just fucking do 15 minutes?" And they would let him.
Yeah.
Yeah. They totally could. I mean, that's the power.
Because can you imagine you're like in Starbucks in Ohio and it's Dave Chappelle?
Yeah.
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's got that fucking power. It's crazy how all it is. Anyways, guys, I think this has been going on for about 2 hours now. I mean, so I think we're gonna end this here.
I joined at like the hour mark.
And you're 2 hours ahead, right? So you're like,
it's 1 o'clock here.
Yeah, Justin and I are just like, it's only 11:09. It's whatever.
This is my 10 o'clock.
He's like, I'm just getting started over here.
Yeah.
Do you have a cat, Justin? I see the little fucking.
I have 2 cats, which they're actually named after Joss Whedon characters.
Oh my god!
No, what I was gonna make a joke. And I was like, "What are they? Baby doll and Rocket."
Joss Whedon characters is going to be from Buffy, or is it going to be from whatchamacallit? Fuck, I can't remember.
Alias.
Firefly.
Yeah, Firefly.
Yeah. Alias is J.J. Abrams. Did we do that too?
It was like 2009 when I got them, and I was like, I don't want to name them like they're girls, so I didn't want to name them like typical girl names. So I just thought of like badass girl names, and I thought River and Echo because of those badass characters.
Yeah. I like it.
So if you had gotten them like a few months later or like a year later or whatever, they probably would have been like Baby Doll and Rocket or something, right?
They would have been Rocket and Amber, or maybe Rocket definitely because that's cool, but all the other ones, maybe Sweet Pea, I don't know, but definitely Rocket.
Yeah.
Well, you should get some more cats and name her after all.
Just get a whole fucking crew of the Sucker Punch girls. There you go.
Yeah. Jeez, my camera is crazy. Anyway.
Yeah. Anyways, guys, all right. Well, I appreciate you guys clicking in, and I appreciate Justin, Steven.
Yeah, good check, guys.
On the video, on the vodka stream, well, the bourbon stream, I should say. Man, it is a lot stronger than vodka. That's for damn sure. Woo! Anyways, yeah. All right, guys. Appreciate you guys coming in, and yeah, let's all just We don't need to talk about any of all that. Look forward to the look forward to the D23 video with Justin and I. We we talked to some characters. You know, I'm gonna try. Like I said, tomorrow I am gonna spend most of my day just like going through all that and putting it all together. I'm gonna have to do some narration on it, and we'll see what happens. And hopefully it'll be a good video. It should be a good video. I think we got some good footage. I mean, especially that Campia video. I mean, we were like just sitting there, just eating pizza, listening to Russ talk about Hollywood, and then all of a sudden it was just like this girl comes up and goes, "I just saw your sign. Oh my god, I work with John Campia and blah blah blah." And like I remember Justin and I looked at each other after it was done. And we're like, "That was huge. That was huge." You know.
Well, it's funny because like she was probably just looking to troll him, but then everyone when it came out was like, "You've got to follow the Twitter account and use the hashtag." Yeah. And it's like, no, dude, she's just trying to troll Campia. I mean, it's cool, it's awesome, but like,
he was just trying to troll her boss. Yeah,
let her like she's not. No.
She's very bubbly, and I don't even know if she actually posted. But what were you gonna say, Justin?
Oh, well, I was just gonna say, thank God I decided when I did that, when we went in there with the sign, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna put this face out just so people can read it. I didn't think anything would.
Thankfully, you did that. Yeah. I know. We sat down and then we just propped up the sign right up against the window, and yeah, we had it facing out, and it was like cool. And then we were just shooting the shit, eating pizza, and then she just comes up, and I'm like, oh, thank God you did that, because that video made the rounds, and Campia saw it, and it was great, and it was a lot of fun, and I'm still going to incorporate it with the overall video. So, anyways, guys, look forward to that. Like I said, no promises is going to be out this weekend. Like I said, I haven't had time. I downloaded all the footage, and
you're clearly not dedicated to the cause.
I know I'm not dedicated to the.
You would give up sleep and
sleep and work. I should have called off work like all week. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the only way to prove yourself.
Exactly.
And announce it too. If people don't know, then it doesn't count.
Exactly. Jeez, I'm such a horrible fan. Anyways, guys, appreciate you guys clicking in. Talk to you later.
Peace.
Ooh. Warm. All right, guys. Whoop.